I'm a 16-year-old Fortnite nerd with years of experience improving at Fortnite myself and helping others improve too. And today we're going over 5 foundational tips you need to know if you want to place high in tournaments. Even if you're missing out on just one of these foundations, you'll have no chance of going pro. Starting with preparation, your foundation for success in tournaments. Your drop spot needs to be more than just familiar. It needs to be an extension of your gameplay. Know every chest spawn, every floor loot location, and have your farming route memorized. In competitive, you can't just rely on one loadout. The current meta demands on flexibility, so map out your priorities, your ideal loadout, your backup options, and exactly how you'll find everything in your loadout. Your rotation plans should be equally detailed. Before you even get into a game, make sure you know where you're dropping and map out what paths and routes you can take to avoid the chance of you getting caught in storm, and also have alternative paths just in case. Awareness is something that's always overlooked when trying to get good in competitive, and it's also something everyone will need if they want to go pro. In Fortnite, sound isn't very spoken about, but it's very important for having good awareness. This is something every single pro has naturally mastered, and even myself, I can basically tell exactly what my opponent is doing just purely from sound. So if you can train yourself to process these audio cues automatically and correctly, you can then become a very, very unkillable player because you'll know everything is going on around you just naturally. But awareness isn't just sound. You also want to make sure you have eyes on most opponents around you. You can see how aggressive they are, how good they are, how confident they are. You can even see how nervous they are and see if it's a good free kill and a good free refresh. These are both things that you will just learn over time. However, having some focus on it is not going to hurt and will definitely help you improve a lot quicker than everyone else. There's also this feeling that I personally get, and I'm not sure if pros get it, but I can just kind of tell sometimes what the opponent is thinking and just kind of tell what they're doing next. And I think it's because over time it just becomes very intuitive. But having very good awareness will allow you to not only predict your enemies and also predict what they're doing, but also predict them in a bigger way. For example, when and where they're going to rotate, and also knowing the skill of the player. Positioning seems quite straightforward, but it's actually something that people don't really think about very much when it comes to getting good at competitive and tournaments. It isn't about positioning in fights, it's more about positioning on the map, especially in endgame. And this isn't just going to be me saying take high ground, take high ground. This is about taking high ground when it's necessary, but also knowing when to go to the low ground and when to go to the mid ground. And even deeper into that, also paying attention to any natural blocks in your rotation, such as mountains. Being aware of these natural blocks can help avoid any mistakes in your rotates and putting yourself into a very bad position where you're getting cramped by other players. Also knowing when to rotate and when to put yourself far side of zone so you can get some tags and hold other players out of zone, all links into positioning alongside knowing when to box up. Next up, decision making and adaptation. This kind of links into positioning, but it's just about knowing when to fight or when to just relax and take a second. Everything you do and every engagement you encounter and every fight you take should have some sort of purpose. Are you fighting for surge? Are you fighting for the position? Are you fighting for a refresh? Or are you just fighting because you're either bored or you have a big ego? All of your decisions should be clean and committed. When you choose to rotate, move with conviction. Hesitation can cost you games and will definitely cause you a lot of mistakes within those games. Being confident with your own decisions and your own feeling of this decision giving you the best success is very, very important, not only for solo but also for competitive, because sometimes even if you're not the IGL, you want to take the wheel. Mental resilience is what maintains your performance over a full tournament. After a bad game, you might feel a bit tilted, so having some sort of way or routine to reset your mind and get back into a very relaxed state is very, very helpful, and it's something that a lot of low-level players do not take into account. The amount of time you're given for cash cups, especially this season, is very, very long. So just taking 30 seconds to analyze what went wrong, but then just let go of it and just understand that it was your fault and you're going to do better in the next game. A way I like to think of this is by calling it tournament endurance. It's not just about staying calm, it's about maintaining peak performance for hours. So instead of just maintaining a standard performance, being able to hype yourself back up and then getting back to that very best version of yourself before games is very beneficial. And by doing so, you will avoid a lot of bad games, since your mental state affects every aspect of your gameplay, from mechanics, precision, aim, to decision making, to everything in the game. So having a good mental before each match is the most important thing ever. Now you have all of these fundamentals, it's not about just mastering them overnight. It's about consistent, deliberate practice. Every ranked game, every scrim, and every tournament is a massive opportunity to strengthen these core skills. And remember to just focus on one aspect at a time, go step by step, and be patient. The players who are consistently placing in tournaments like the pros are not just mechanically gifted, they've mastered these fundamentals and then turned them into a second nature. That's your goal. Practice these fundamentals with purpose, and you'll see your tournament performance improve consistently and sustainably.